Hey, what's up you guys, it is Forge here and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a mod review of the WR-CBE mod, or the wireless redstone CBE mod, whatever CBE stands for. But yeah, as always, if you guys do enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and be sure to check out all the links down below and all my other series if you guys are interested. And yeah, let's get into the video. Okay you guys, so we're going to start off by showing you how to craft some of the basic components to get to the wireless transmitter. And the first thing you're going to need is quite a bit of obsidian for this. And you're going to need to make an obsidian stick, which is made with 2 obsidian. And then you're also going to need one of these Rether pills. I'm not sure how to say that 100%. And you can make that by using an ender pill with 4 redstone and 4 glowstone, and these can be interchanged, so the glowstone can go where the redstone is, and the redstone go where the glowstone is, as long as you have 4 of each in the recipe. And then you're going to need a wireless transceiver, so then you're going to want to combine that Rether pill with the obsidian stick, and you'll get a wireless transceiver. And now to get the wireless transmitter, we are going to take 3 stone slabs along the bottom, 2 redstone like so, an obsidian stick again here, and then place that wireless transceiver there, and you will get yourself a wireless transmitter. My middle click does not want to work. And this guy essentially allows you to send redstone signals wirelessly. So if I grab a lever, you can see I can power it and unpower it. So I can also set the frequency. Let me just set it to, this is what you'll see when you first open it up, essentially. I was messing around a bit. So you can set it to like the frequency to 100, and it will only send on that frequency, 101, etc, etc, and you can turn it on and off. But then you can set up a specific frequency with a name. So if I call this test, and then I set it to 101, and we set the name. You'll see this when we go into the next thing which we're going to be crafting, which is the wireless receiver. And the first thing you're going to need to make this is a stone bowl, so that's made with 3 of this stone. And then we're going to need to make a receiver dish, which is what you take a wireless transceiver and a stone bowl and combine them together. And then to make the wireless receiver, again, you're going to need 3 stone slabs, 2 redstone, an obsidian stick, and a receiver dish then to go like that. And if we set this guy up here, you'll see he is not set to anything right now, and this is what you see again when you first open it, but obviously I've got it open to advanced. And as you can see, it's not set on any signal right now, so if I send the signal through, it is not coming out here. We can put a bit of redstone down here as well to show you that. But if I go ahead and either type in the signal manually like so, or if I click on this one and set it with that, then, you know, it sends the signal out, which is really cool. So essentially, this allows you to have wireless redstone. But that's not all this mod adds. This also adds a remote, which is made with a wireless transceiver and a button. So if I go ahead and grab this remote, I can shift and right click to look in the remote. This, again, will look like this when you first open it, if you haven't opened any of these up for the advanced. But I can select the frequency I want, so the test frequency, and I can toggle it by myself. So I can like flick switches, so I can send a redstone signal out by myself, because there's no signal going through this right now. When I right click, it just sends out the signal, and if I hold right click, it just keeps the signal going. Okay guys, this mod also adds a way to block signals, and that is through the wireless jammer. And this essentially needs the blaze transceiver, which you're going to need a blaze rod and a Rether pill for. Then you're going to do it in the same configuration, so 3 stone slabs, 2 redstone, an obsidian stick, and then a blaze transceiver. And then if I grab me one of these guys here, then if I stick him here, every 10 seconds it'll send out a pulse basically that will block a redstone signal, and then that'll block the redstone signal of the receiver for 30 seconds. So now there's no signal coming through, and again you can see if I try and send a signal here, then it doesn't work because it's blocking it. And this has a range of 9 blocks. This also does damage to mobs and players, so if I go ahead and grab like a cow, it will kill it. And also if I just go ahead and switch into survival mode now, it should stop murdering me. There you go, and it does a lot of damage. But yeah, that's the wireless jammer. Also guys, I should mention that the wireless jammer can actually be turned off with a redstone signal. So Yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier, so I'm going to mention it now. Also, there is the wireless sniffer, and that is made with 3 stone along the bottom, 2 redstone dust on the sides, a button in the middle, and then 2 receiver dishes on the outside top layer, and a wireless transceiver. And this thing essentially allows you to, if I get rid of this for now and turn this on, as we look into here, you'll see all the different frequencies up to 5,000. And if we go to the 1 to 1,000 page, you'll notice that this one is lit up here, and that's because there's a redstone signal going through that frequency. And you'll notice it's called 101, that's the frequency, and then it says test at the end, which is the name of the frequency. And then if I go ahead and switch this off, you'll notice it is gone again, but it's still called test. Switch it back on and it's back on, and that is essentially what this thing does. The upgraded version of the wireless sniffer is the private sniffer, and this is made basically the same with 3 stone along the bottom, 2 redstone on the sides in the middle, a button in the middle, a blaze transceiver in the middle, and 2 blaze receiver dishes on the outside of that. If we go ahead and open this guy, he's very similar. As you can see, it says public though, so these are all public. It shows you which ones of these are actually public, these frequencies, and it shows you which one's on. So if I go ahead and turn that off, and if I go ahead and turn it back on, like that, it also doesn't show you the name in this one. But if we come on to the next pages, then you can see these say shared. So these mean that these are the ones that you can claim for yourself per se. So if I wanted frequency 1001, I now own that frequency. Nobody else can access that frequency other than me. And say I wanted, again, 3000, nobody else could have that frequency except me, so I can set this to 3000 like so, and that would be this frequency. And you can see this one is also on. I don't think it shows which ones are on though, which is a kind of, yeah, it shows it when you don't have it selected as yours, but you essentially own the frequency. That's what this thing does, different to the other one basically. And finally, we have a few more things. We have the Triangulateer, and this is made with a wireless transceiver and 4 iron ingots, and this guy essentially allows you to triangulate on a signal, so it points you towards a signal, a frequency. So if we select the frequency 3000, you access this thing by shift right clicking, and we set it to 3000. You'll see it acts as a compass and points me toward the nearest receiver basically, but it's not always the nearest the transmitter. I mean, it's not always the nearest transmitter. If you had, like, over there you had 3 of them and they were 20 blocks away, and you had one that was 10 blocks away over there, it would point you to the one over there, the one of them over there, because there are more of them, from what I can understand anyway. So if we go ahead and throw one of these down over here and set it to 3000, we'll break this guy out, and then we'll stick like a few over here at 3000. I gotta go switch all these on, so you can see that that's pointing down toward there now. So if I switch all these on, then you'll see even as I get close to this one, okay, now it's starting to point, but it's kind of indecisive. And now it's going to point me over there now, even though I am closer to these ones technically. So that's how that works. Next, we have the empty wireless map, which is basically a map, but for these signals, basically. So for wireless redstone signals. So this is made with a triangulator and 3 paper. And we can go ahead and grab one of these, right click, and you'll see it shows these guys over here, and it shows these guys over here. And I'm not 100% sure. No, it doesn't show them when they're switched off, only when they are sending signals out. So that's essentially what this map does. Okay guys, so the next thing we have is the tracker, and this is made with 3 obsidian in the middle in a line, a slime ball below, and an ender pill above in the middle slot. And we can go ahead and grab one of these guys, and then you shift and right click to set the frequency you want these guys to act at. So we'll set it to frequency 200 for this example, and then we'll come over to a mob, preferably one within this area. So if I grab my own mob, essentially, I'll just stick it here and throw that at him, and now that thing should be stuck to him, as you can see. And on the map you can see we are now actually tracking that guy's movements there. And also, if you have the triangulator and I set this to 300, then it will, was it on 300? 200. It was 200, guys. If we set it to 200, then it points, I swear I said 300, it points at the cow that has the tracker on him, because that's basically what it does. It basically tracks whatever you have this on, so you can attach this to players, mobs, etc. They'll show up on the map. Also, you can see all these other things that are on, etc. But that's all this tracker really does. Okay guys, and finally we have the RAP, which is a redstone ether pulse, and this is made with 4 obsidian, like so, in the 4 center pieces. I'm not sure how to describe that. An ender pill in the center, and then 2 blaze transceivers. And these guys are essentially EMPs that are throwable, essentially. So if I go ahead and throw that down and set that to there, and send that signal through there, and then I throw this guy, it blocks the signal for, I think it's 30 seconds. Also, this does do damage to mobs as well. It's also quite effective as a throwable weapon. As you can see, it killed most things in that area. So yeah, and as you can see, it should start sending the signal again after 30 seconds has passed. It's only temporary as opposed to the jammer, which is indefinite while it's in the area. This also does do damage to the player, but it makes a really cool grenade, and it's really fun to play with, I must say. But yeah, that's about everything in this mod. And as you can see, the signal has come back on now. Okay guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I hope you did learn something from this one, because I learned a lot just researching this mod, and it is also a lot cooler than I thought it was. I already thought it was cool, but this is a really cool mod, guys, and I definitely recommend you check it out. So yeah, as always, if you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.